best decision, the fair decisions in all cases. And we seek that guidance now like we always have. And we ask that you give us the strength and the vision to go through a clear election in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So be with us then also. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Please stand with me as we pledge allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I go any further, I'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to a former board member that was on this board. Tanya and I believe probably about 15 years, and her name was Jennifer Shaw, and she was a faithful and very loyal member of our board, and we certainly miss her. Ms. Shaw passed away on September the 26th, 2024, and she will be missed. And we are very thankful for her service. Board of Adjustments is a 9-member board. We're appointed by the City Council, and we serve on a voluntary basis without compensation. Our procedure for conducting business, petition on each item will be called. Please come to the podium, speak clearly and loudly into that mic, and be prepared to answer any questions anyone on the board might have, or anyone in the audience may want to come forward and ask a question about. Once we receive public testimony and discussion for a particular item, members of the board will deliberate. We will render our decision tonight. I will remind members with a personal or a financial interest in any item you're required to recuse yourself from voting. Any testimony that is submitted by the petitioner or on behalf of the petitioner during the presentation of any item will be binding as to any decision the board makes relative to the motion. I will remind the members of the board, if any motion to deny an item is made, a reason must be given. This time I will introduce the members that are here. Mr. George Howell, Ms. Diane Burke, Mr. Quentin Burke, Mr. Bart Prince, Mr. Blake Markham, and I'm John Stanley, Chairman. Our staff that's here tonight is Mr. Warren Adams, Ms. Tanya Ingram, Ms. Andrea Spriggs, and Ms. Monica Davis. We have 6 members here now. We may have others coming later. Any motion that is made must have at least an approval of at least 5 members on the board. Any questions? We have 6 items on the agenda tonight. First item is presented by Montgomery Catholic, requesting a setback variance for a new building to be located at 5350 Vaughn Road in an institutional zoning district.
Good evening, I'm Justin Costanza. I'm the school president at Montgomery Catholic, and we're here today to request a variance as we'd like to construct a maintenance facility on our property. This is the middle school and high school facility of Montgomery Catholic. We have 3 locations. This on 5350 Vaughn Road currently does not have a maintenance structure of any type, and about half the property houses the school parking lot and driveway, and half is sports, athletics, and practice fields. And so due to the nature of the property itself, we're very limited on where such a structure could go that's also accessible by vehicle. And so one of the only places that we have is a small parcel of unused land, as you can see in the diagram, along the property line and along the current driveway of our middle school loop. It would allow for delivery, it would allow for pickup, and it would allow for us to have a safe and secure maintenance facility. Right now we're using some outbuildings that are not secure and unsightly and not large enough, and so to try to have an adequate facility, we would like to construct this maintenance building. The property line and the existing road is a very narrow parcel, and so we would like to construct a long building in that area, which you can see on the diagram. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Justin. I have two questions. Since the building is only 5 feet off of that west property line, you need to make sure that there's no water from the building that spills onto the adjacent property owners.
Absolutely.
And I would suggest a gutter and downspouts along that west side of that building. I assume it is a pitched roof, right?
It'll be a pitched roof. We'll be able to have a gutter with downspouts. We'll be able to collect any rainwater that's gathered by that building. That'll be a part of the plan for sure.
Okay. Along that west boundary, is there some type of hedge, fence, or something that will block the view of that building?
So there is a fence currently that is on the property line itself. It's a chain link fence that does not belong to the school. And then there on the outside, on the non-Montgomery Catholic side of the fence, there are trees and shrubs, and really it's overgrown and not really maintained by that property owner along the entire length of that west boundary.
Okay. Understand it's going to be a storage building.
Storage. Yep.
Any flammable materials in it?
There does not have to be. This is where we would also have some vehicle storage. Right now, all of our flammables are stored in a separate place under lock and key outside, down beyond the practice facility. There's no plan to have that inside that building at this time.
Good. All right. Any other questions, board members?
It's going to have electricity in it, right?
It would have electricity, yes, sir.
Okay, will it have running water in it anywhere?
Honestly, that would be a decision that would be based off of our ability to do that and the financial ability to do that.
Okay.
At this time, we're looking at something that's very, very simple. As we mentioned, we don't have any covered indoor storage or workspace for our facility crew, as well as secure storage. It would absolutely have power.
Okay.
It is not planned to be climate controlled at this time either.
Okay.
But if it does have running water, we're not approving any restroom facilities there.
Outstanding.
Okay. Any other questions, board members? Anyone in the audience? Mr. Howell?
Just a comment.
Yeah.
It looks like you're going to need a shoehorn to get it in there.
It's going to be narrow. As you can see based on the picture, we really don't have a whole lot of options. What this allows us to do is to have pods of storage space along a very narrow building.
Okay.
And it takes the current. We have some basically storage sheds right now. Those portable buildings that are sitting along the edge of the parking lot, which are an eyesore, taking up space, hard to secure. You can't really work inside of them. This would solve all those problems.
Okay.
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Mr. Howell to approve.
I'll second it.
Second from Mr. Quentin Burton. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. Let's see. Item number 2 is presented by Marvin Hughes, requesting a coverage variance and a separation between structures variance for a detached accessory structure to be located at 4661 Charles Street in an R50 and B2 zoning district. Hello.
Hi, good evening. I'm Brenda Walker. This is Marvin Hughes, and we are requesting.
Ma'am, if you would speak a little louder in that mic and a little
Okay.
closer there if you would, so we can understand you.
I'm Brenda Walker. This is Marvin Hughes.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're trying to get a carport to cover an old school car, our golf cart, and the lawnmower.
So you're going to maintain an existing 600 square foot structure, which is a storage building,
Yes,
and then add a 750 square foot
it's not gonna connect though.
carport, correct?
It's not gonna connect.
Okay, all right. All righty. Any questions, board members?
You said carport, is this gonna be a roof with an open area underneath it, sitting on a slab? Okay, standard stuff, thank you.
So it's not a garage, it's a carport,
It's a carport.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Prince?
So nothing is there right now,
It's just a slab. that's
just
there.
a slab.
Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve as requested.
Have a motion from Mr. Blake Markham. To have a second?
I'll second it.
Second with Mr. Burke. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You got it. Good luck. Item 3 is presented by Donna Barham, requesting a special exception to keep chickens on the property located at 3326 Willow Lane Drive in an R65S zoning district. Ms. Barham?
Yes,
Barham?
sir. I moved over here and I brought my one chicken, then I bought 4 because I thought she was lonesome. One of those turned into a rooster. And I knew I was gonna have to get rid of him, but I didn't know I was supposed to have a permit either. I'd read, I thought there was probably something old, said you could have 6 hens in the residential area. But other people in the neighborhood do have chickens, so I was asking for, I got rid of the rooster. I sent him to my daughter's house. And I was asking permission to keep these until they die in my place, then I won't replace them.
Have there been any complaints from the neighborhood, Andrea?
We did get a call about the pen being in the front yard.
Yeah, one, she goes in, I let her out, but she goes in the house. She's in the house most of the time. She's a house chicken, but the others are in a coop.
Is the coop in the front yard?
It's not, I moved it.
You moved it.
Okay.
That was the call that I got, was that
Gotcha.
the coop was in the front yard.
So
Because I was
you,
working on the one in the back till I.
so you do have a coop for the chickens?
Yes,
Okay. We have city regulations on what the coop
right. I
Should
was putting
provide.
a top on the back one so the dog, if they couldn't get out, the dogs get them.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Rooster's gone.
Huh?
The rooster is gone, correct?
Yes, he's gone.
Okay. All right.
It was supposed to have been pullets, because I bought all pullets, and all of a sudden he started. His name was Oakland.
Any questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Mr. Prince. Have a second?
Second.
Mr. Howell seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous.
Okay, do I need a permit or paperwork?
See Andrea right there. She'll tell you what you need.
Somebody will give you something.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 4 is presented by Pilgreen and Bostick Engineering, representing Old Cloverdale Village Holdings, Inc., requesting special exceptions to smart code standards for renovations to the multi-tenant building located at 1030, 1050 East Fairview Avenue in a T40 zoning district. Mr. Bostick.
Yes, I'm Chris Bostick with Pilgreen and Bostick Engineering. When I got the packet, I realized that some of the sheets were not very legible, so I brought a larger printed out version if anyone has any questions. But
Thank you.
essentially there's, two main issues with this building, and this is mainly the new section of the building, which is on the far west end. And the city requires that there be windows right along the street face for this area, but the last section of the building, which, if you're familiar with that area, had to be taken down. They're replacing it and want to have a recessed eating area. Behind that will be glass as required, but essentially it's an eating area then glass, so it's not quite what the zoning required. So we thought we ought to bring it before the board. If I can approach real quick,
Sure.
I'll kind of show
Please,
you.
yeah, please do. Thank you, Chris.
But it's this
Everybody.
right here on the far west end, and you can see,
That's what's being replaced.
yes, sir. And this right here this is the face, this is where the seating area would be, this is the glass going into the restaurant. So just a recessed eating area that I think.
Is it heated and cooled? Is that area heated and cooled?
The final design is not complete. The current contract is with Big Bad Breakfast, and they don't have the final design for them. We don't know whether they're going to want closing windows or it's going to be open all the time, and that'll have to be worked out with the city later. But, we do not know that at this time.
All right.
The other variance we're asking for is for the 42-foot high parapet along all sides of the building. So I brought out a larger print of this as well. This particular building is right here on Fairview. There is the parapet in the front, but right next to it is a small alley and then another restaurant. Behind it in the rear, the view is blocked by another strip center. So there is no way to see any of the mechanical equipment that will be on top of the building from any side other, than straight on. And the new building will have the 42-inch parapet along the front. And the other buildings, we're requesting that we keep the original design of the building, because this is a old part of Old Cloverdale. We don't want to modify the buildings any more than we have to. But you can see here, I'll approach again, the street layout and what the street view will look like.
So again, will the HVAC mechanical or other mechanical units be able to be seen from Fairview Avenue?
Right here we have a 75-foot distance, 6-foot tall viewpoint, which would be the sidewalk on the other side of the street. And with the 42-inch parapet, you cannot see the mechanical equipment there. So that's for the new building section. We're also, even though it's grandfathered, we thought it would be best to come and request the same variance for the parapets on the existing section of the building so that we don't have to modify the building any more than required. But again, from all angles, there is no good view onto the back side of these buildings.
Gotcha.
Just at the top of the building, see the equipment.
Not even from the rear?
Oh, no, sir. If you look at the rear right here,
Yeah.
this building blocks it completely. There's no way you can see it. I did bring a Google Earth image of the street view from different places, and this, for instance, this is behind the building, and that strip mall, you can't even see that our building exists.
That's from the Willow Road side?
Yes, sir. That's from seeing it from the back.
Right.
I also got images of, there's the part that had been taken down, so you can see there's a lot to see from any angle. There's the building next door. We're surrounded, so.
Okay. All right. Any questions, board members? Anyone care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as presented.
Have a motion, Mr. Howell. Have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Markham. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris. Good job. Item 5 is presented by Flowers and White, representing Providence Partners, LLC, requesting a rear yard variance for a new building to be located at 7030 Fane Park Court in a planned unit development zoning district. Mr. White?
Thanks, Mr. Stanley. Again, Kenneth White, Flowers and White Engineering, representing Providence Builders. I have Jeff Letta, the builders here, as well as the homeowner, proposed homeowner, Larry Reed. This is a lot on the very north side of Windhurst. It's kind of burdened by the cul-de-sac bulb there, hence the odd-shaped lot. It was difficult to propose a house, so the rear setback is our problem, and you also see a sanitary sewer easement in the rear there. So we tried to do a custom home to fit that lot, but it did encroach into the rear setback, and that's hence why I'm here requesting a variance of the rear setback. So I can entertain any questions.
Water. You're going to be able to keep water from this structure from flowing onto the adjacent property.
Yeah, it actually drains to the street, Mr. Stanley. So,
Everything drains to the street?
Sir?
Everything drains to the street?
Yes, actually drastically goes to the street. So
Okay.
I'm not going to have any problems. It drains to the east to the Fane Park Court.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything for that lot goes to the street.
All right.
And to the detention pond.
Okay. No water.
That's right. Actually, this was an old office park, so in doing the residential product, it's actually helped the situation a little bit from runoff purposes.
Yeah, good. Any questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve as requested.
Mr. Markham makes a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Mr. Burke seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Good job. Item 6 is presented by Corey Knight, requesting a front yard variance for an addition to the dwelling located at 1218 Edgewoods Drive in an R85 zoning district. Mr.
How y'all
Knight?
doing this evening?
How you doing?
All right.
Good.
So this carport will be added to our house to add better covering and coverage. That's a tree that'll be adjacent to the right of the carport that I already have got rid of. That was it was rotted and finna get ready to fall down. So we got rid of that tree that's in the variance picture right here. So we're just trying to get approved so we can get our cars covered out of the weather. And this carport, the way it's going to be built, it'll be built the way it'll look original to the actual house. It's not going to be separated from the house, so it'll join the roof lines right there that you see in front of the driveway. It's your regular 2-car garage. And the top of it will be shingle with the architect shingles that is on the actual house.
Mighty close to that front property line. You got a sidewalk out there?
On the across the street, you have a sidewalk. The measurements that I have where it will stop is it'll come out I think 26 feet, and it's across will be 22 feet.
Well, when you're backing cars out of that garage,
Where's the carport? It'll be open.
you're almost in the street.
Well, you have a little space where the water meter is. You have a little space where you can kind of like look to the left and the right to see if ongoing traffic is coming.
You're basically backing out into the street, but being that close to the front property line.
Well, where you have the
Because you're
31.
4 feet from the property line,
Sir,
and you're 4 feet from the property line, and you're probably 9 feet from the back of curb, okay? From the curb to the property line,
okay.
okay? So you're gonna be 12 to 13 feet from the street.
Well, you see where the water meter is in the driveway right there in that picture? Or do y'all have this? Do y'all have this picture?
We don't, our agenda doesn't show anything about a water
approach it?
meter, but,
Can I approach it?
sure.
So this copper is stopped right here. And where the water meter is, you're backing out that way anyway.
Oh, I understand, but you're still backing out into the street. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this a carport or is this in-house garage?
No, it's open.
Okay, so your view won't be obstructed. Okay.
Yeah, it'll look like this.
Okay, so.
Okay, okay, it's
so
not a
that
garage.
changes
No,
everything.
it's a carport.
Got it, got it, okay.
With six.
Can we see that, please?
Right,
Yeah.
so that's different than it
Yeah,
being
I was
enclosed.
thinking.
Okay, but it is attached to the,
Attached to the house.
Can you come back and talk in the mic?
Let me see it.
oh, I'm sorry, yeah. I said it is attached to the existing structure.
It's an
Yeah.
open carport.
Okay.
Right. So that's different. That changes everything.
Yeah, it'll be an open carport garage, and the way I had it designed, so it'll be original to the look of the house. It won't downgrade to the value of the neighborhood. Actually, it'll add value to that house and the neighborhood. So,
But sidewalks on the opposite side of the street,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay? Any question, board members? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Sir.
Have a motion to approve from Mr. Prince. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Second? Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Be sure it remains as an open carport,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Thank you.
Otherwise, you'll be in violation.
Yes, sir. I will. Thank you. I got a good evening.
All right. All right, have a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Have a second? Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye.